the wildest places on the planet. The athletes who live for the challenge.
Well, stick it, dude.
It's like ultimate fighting with a rock.
You have to get over that primal fear.
From alpine legends
62.
Come on, girl.
to unlikely heroes.
3, 2, 1.
We've brought cameras to the ends of the earth to capture these incredible stories
You try to climb to the center of the universe.
of victory, failure, and perseverance.
It's time to dig deeper.
Come on. You want this.
Come on now.
Join the great adventures of our time as they step into the unknown,
Okay, don't fall.
risking it all to achieve the impossible.
It's part insanity and part genius.
I'm good!
Welcome to Real Rock.
The swarm, this iconic boulder problem. The boulder is set alone on the backside of the mountain, perched on the edge of the world. It's this blank, sheer face and these perfectly etched crimps. And there are no other holds on it. It's gorgeous. And I know that it's just a piece of rock. But this boulder propelled me on a 10-year journey that changed my life and changed me. The first time I tried the swarm, I was 21 years old. I just pulled onto the start, grabbed the first hold, and jumped to the second hold. I was stoked. The left-hand crimp is so small and so sharp, you have to bear down on it and lock it off down to your chest.
That was sick.
And I posted a photo on my Instagram of the boulder. This was big things to come. A little dumb. But that's what set this whole journey in motion. The response to my post was a lot bigger than I thought. And that's when the pressure really started closing in. Damn it! I was getting messages, when are you gonna do the swarm? Are you gonna do it? Can you do it? Holy shit, what if I don't? The next year, I came back and planted myself under it for 3 months. It was just me and Fritz.
What's going on in the life of Fritz?
Okay, Johnson. Damn it! It was a beat down, so brutal.
So what stage in the swarm go?
I think that I have a shot at doing it, but I didn't do it yet, but that's still the plan.
So gnarly.
Years in, publicly failing,
I'm in the way of myself.
feeling like a fraud. The swarm broke me. But it wasn't even about doing the rock climbing. The darkness that I found myself in up at the swarm forced me to face all these other things in my life that were buried, or that I was burying. I grew up in a small religious town in Wisconsin. Some of my earliest memories were repressing feelings. I remember having a crush on a girl and being told, girls like boys, that's wrong. Okay, well, I don't like any boys. And now all my friends were in Girl Scouts, and I was like, Girl Scouts is fucking lame. You guys sell cookies. I want to go in the woods and whittle and make bonfires. I want to join Boy Scouts. My classmates would be like, that's weird, that's gross. And so that's when I started hiding. I was always hiding. I was never comfortable, I was never relaxed. Even in my bedroom with the door closed, I couldn't let any part of it show. I obviously wasn't doing a very good job because they could tell that I was different. Oh man, like a poor baby Johnson. I was like savagely bullied at school to the point of like not speaking. Like I went 3 years in school without talking, like I didn't speak. The climbing gym was the only positive thing in my life. I was the only girl. All my friends at the climbing gym were older guys. We're listening to hip hop and we get to scream. And I was like, this is awesome. I could way more be myself. I started to go to climbing competitions. I was winning. It seemed like I was finally accepted and celebrated because I was good. And so I like dove into that identity. I was just chasing not success, but acceptance.
That's my girl.
Looking back at footage of teenage me, I'm in baggy board shorts and baggy t-shirts and puka shells. Like, I'm so obviously gay. How did nobody know I was gay? In 2008, won my first World Cup I ever entered. And then I won another World Cup. Climbed my first V12. My drive to climb hard and win comps was so strong because that deep down I was wrong. I still wasn't out publicly and I still wasn't even out to myself because I was still like in denial and lost and confused about who I was, living a lie basically.
Alex Johnson.
I was hiding behind climbing.
Looks like she's bringing it tonight.
The problem with banking so much on this identity of being a good climber is it puts so much pressure on being a good climber, staying a good climber, and being successful all the time. I was definitely searching for some profound validation that I don't think climbing could ever give me. That's where my head was at when I went after the swarm. But by 2016, after 5 years of getting beaten down, this whole facade that I had created was crumbling. I can't do this. While that was happening, a few other girls in the world had climbed V14. So that fell away from me to be the first woman to climb that grade. Then Ashima Shiraishi, this 13-year-old phenom, came out to Bishop and got the first female ascent of the swarm. I was stoked for her, but also shattered. I like laid on the floor in my closet, which is like a funny metaphor now, shut the lights off and just like cried. I was asking myself, if I'm not good at climbing, then who am I? And what do I have to offer?
What have you contributed to climbing?
Oh man, nothing. Honestly, I didn't want to be a pro climber anymore. I didn't really even want to be a climber anymore. I was living in Las Vegas, partying a lot, dating girls a little bit. I've had girlfriends in the past and it was secret. There were secret relationships because I was like in such denial about it for so long that it was like not real. Like I was like, that's not real. It'll go away. That's when I met Bree. Bree is a badass photographer who was already out and was already comfortable with her sexuality. It took me a little while to be comfortable with it, but once I opened up, I dove headfirst into the relationship. We were hanging out, we were doing normal human adult couple stuff, and I wasn't a climber, like I wasn't like a famous pro climber. It was like relaxing. I thought my career as a professional climber was over, so I took an offer to be a coach. at the gym that I grew up in. Coach-athlete relationships can be so special in terms of uplifting kids and like being important for them throughout their whole life. Like I wanted to be that kind of coach. One day, one of the kids was having a hard day at school, getting bullied. And I just was like, you're smart, you're funny, you're witty, you're intelligent. Why are you getting bullied? And she was like, are you homophobic? And I was like, nope. No, I'm not. And she was like, I get bullied for liking girls. Her coming out to me, but needing to ask if I was homophobic first, was such a slap in the face wake-up call that I had been like doing it wrong. At that time, I was never planning on ever coming out publicly. Afraid it would be taboo or weird, or all my insecurity and that uncertainty and dread. But growing up a closeted gay teen in the Midwest, it would have been monumental to have gay athlete icons to look up to. Back then, I don't know that I could have named any gay pro athletes at all. Keep in mind, this was before we had Gus Kenworthy come out, before Sue Bird, before Megan Rapinoe was a big gay icon, Ali Krieger, Ashlyn Harris. It seems like the whole women's national soccer team. And back then, there was like Ellen, you know? And it took that moment for me to realize that me living in the closet, I had been doing a massive disservice to anyone who didn't think that they had me as an ally. What was I doing? What was I doing? Like, what the fuck was I doing? I needed to do this. Even if it was just for one kid, just this one kid. I'm not gonna sit by and let awesome kids get bullied for being gay and just sit here silently. I don't care. I don't care anymore. It's not about me, it's bigger than me. I was typing and then posted. I hit post and then put my phone down and didn't pick it up again for the rest of the day. When I finally picked up my phone again, there was so much support. Finally, thank you. Yes, no, we know, thanks. Nothing's changing. My sponsors started making me rainbow stuff. I'm finally who I am. Part of something bigger. Relief is not a big enough word. Coming back to climbing as myself, finally, I blossomed. Like I had been climbing my entire life with a weight vest on. I came out and the weight vest was off. All of this emotion that I had been holding back finally got let out. Like, raw! Raw!